Hello and welcome to Comic Solving Problems. I'm Stephen Allen.
And I'm Eric McElroy. Good evening. And thank you very much for joining us. Myself and Steve here. We've been doing the show for a while. We're in season 3. This is episode 9. The show's complex premise, in case you've not joined us before, the name, Comic Solving Problems, is that we are comics. We don't have gigs because of lockdown. And so we talk about the news and try and solve the world problems. And you might have gotten that from the title, actually. Kind of the name of the show. But I think, nearly a year of doing this, and let's check the problem meter in the world. Steve, how's it looking?
There are many.
Oh, all right. Well, we're not actually going to solve any problems, but we will have loads of fun throughout the show. Probably the best place to be watching us is on YouTube, which Steve can maybe put the link up there.
Just realized, no, I can't. Not without a keyboard, I can't.
So we're going to have an interesting show. One of the problems we're going to have is that Steve's keyboard stopped working roughly 30 seconds before we went live. So we were able to go live. We were able to talk to you. We're going to make sure that you can actually see us here in a second, because we should be on all the platforms that we're meant to be on. Yeah, we're there.
I mean, for anyone who's techie nerdy like that, so the keyboard's not working, but the mouse is, but the logos are always brought up by the keyboard. So I've VNC'd in from the laptop, but I assigned all of the URLs to the number pad numbers, and the laptop does not have a number pad. I can press 7 and see what happens. Yeah, nothing.
Nothing happens. All right. You almost. I just took a little nap there when you were talking about some
just
stuff.
because you don't understand things doesn't make the thing bad. I think we've covered that in this very show. It's
not bad. It's just really dull.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter.
You're setting yourself up for a fall, seeing as you're going to have to be doing some comedy in a bit. I'm going to heckle from this side of the screen.
That's true. That's true. You can still do all those things, but you wouldn't. All right. So we're going to solve some problems anyway. We'll take you through some stuff. YouTube is the place to find us, the Comic Solving Problems channel. And basically, we also want to say thank you to some people who pre-purchased tickets from Crack Comedy and have booked in that way. But we know you're also maybe watching us on Facebook, and you can share the link to let people know what you're watching if you're into that kind of thing. And you can tweet at us during the show. And normally our Twitter handle's up, but that's gone now too. I'm at Eric McElroy, and Steve is at Mr. Steve N Allen. Has it got the N in there?
Yeah.
Twitter handle?
I could probably write it on a piece of paper and hold it up in a bit.
Just hold it up in a bit, yeah. And if at any point you enjoy what we're doing, you can go to our Ko-fi page. That's ko-fi, and you can make a donation towards the show. It's in the description. If you're on the YouTube, you can see it there, and we appreciate that. But we also appreciate some people already pre-booked their tickets because they have faith in us that we would do this effectively.
Well, the URL for both the YouTube and the Ko-fi will be on screen at the end, because that version, when we've done the credits, that one I can do with a mouse. So
well, there we go. See, you got something to hang on to the end for.
For a URL.
For a URL. That's the kind of thing we're doing. But we are here to solve some problems, and Steve is going to take us away for the first one.
Yeah, I want to look at the problem of how do we get people to do the right thing with the coronavirus? Because I don't know if this is good news or not. First story that caught my eye on this one, double masking is now a thing.
Okay.
And it actually apparently works. If you wear 2 masks, it's better than just wearing 1 mask, which is a bit like the old double bagging with condoms, but that doesn't actually improve safety because you tend to wear one on the phallus and then one on the head like that and blow it up. If anything, it distracts you from the job, although it actually is more fun. But if you wear 2 masks at the same time, it stops the particles coming in and out as much. It makes a lot of sense. So I'm getting ready to see people out there doing their double masking looking like this.
Yeah.
Because that is how people wear their masks these days.
The thing is, I know you've done that for satirical purposes, but it's going to happen.
People who wear their masks on their chin annoy me more than people who don't wear masks, because you're so close to being useful. You're so close, almost there. Not wearing a mask on your chin is like putting sunscreen on just under your Speedos. Why are you bothering? You're so close to getting it right, but it's no use at all. And people, I have lots of arguments online with people saying, well, masks don't actually work. This has been a great time. Cold weather in the UK is the perfect time to test your mask theory. Stand, it's cold enough to see your breath. Breathe out and you can see how far that breath goes. Put a mask on and try your bestest to get the breath that far. You can't do it. All it does is just cloud around you. Try it with 2 masks. Oh my God, how are you not understanding that masks work when you can go outside on a cold day and prove it to yourself? Maybe it's just that you think your beliefs are better than actual thinking. So, right, I don't mind the people who obviously can't wear them for proper reasons.
Yep. I
don't like the people who pretend they're exempt just to have some sort of a showdown in co-op. Those idiots. Kind of, oh, actually, the Magna Carta, they've already got their phone out filming it. Oh, the Magna Carta, thank God they've not updated any law since then. My God, what a great one to quote. I saw a video this week of an absolute arsehair who was filming himself arresting a policeman under the Magna Carta. Actually, Magna Carta. He tried to arrest a policeman for trespass. So there's a video of him filming himself going, actually, you're guilty of trespass under the Magna Carta. I thought, guilty of trespass? Surely he's presumed innocent until proven guilty. I'm sure that's written down somewhere in like a carta. I'm not sure what the name of it would be, but if you're that much of a fan of it, read the goddamn thing. So these anti-maskers, whatever, the double mask actually works. It would make sense. So I realised not many people will do it, but I'm going to double mask. I've got it set up. Look how easy it is. You set it up.
Nice.
And the reason I'm going to double mask is not because I know that other people will do it. It's because of the opposite, right? You put 2 masks on, like this, double mask, and then when you see someone quoting the Magna Carta, you can look right at them and go, you're an absolute arsehole. And they won't know it's you. So, there you go. Double mask.
There you go. It's definitely going to put ventriloquists out of business. This double masking thing.
It's brilliant. And I think we need some sort of restrictions because people are breaking the rules too much. And this is why I think the solution of double masking won't actually it won't move the needle. There are too many rule breakers. You get these, we've covered it, people having parties, and then the police go around and they say, I've not even heard of a pandemic. What? You read the Magna Carta, but you've not heard of the pandemic. There was a story from Yorkshire where a hair salon had been opening during lockdown. I mean, imagine this, the entitlement of thinking, I don't mind putting other people's lives at risk as long as I get my hair done. And what I like about that, I could actually sneak into one of these illegal speakeasy hair salons, get caught by the police and be let off due to lack of evidence. There is another one that I wanted to look at. There was a hair salon in Wales where police raided it and the people having their beauty treatments escaped. They got caught on CCTV, but they were running away. In fact, we've got a clip of the video there. You can see these people who are having their hair treatments done, running away like they're criminals. They are, I don't mind breaking the rules to get my hair done, but I don't want to face up to any of the consequences for my own selfish actions. Quick, run for your lives. Although that video, as appalling as it is, does get slightly better if you add a soundtrack to it.
And they're off, and it's self-entitled Karen in the lead, followed by I Don't Care If People Die at My Hair in second, Tipped Nail in the Coffin, overtaking the Caped Crusader and Super Threader, I Wear a Shawl, Not a Mask, closely followed by the Black-Eyed Susan and It's Backsack and Crack at the Back.
The only sport that we're allowed these days. But as much as we've been terrible for people breaking rules, we're not quite as bad as France, who managed to clock up this news story recently. An orgy involving 81 people raided by police in France for breaking the COVID rules. Who'd have thought that an orgy breaks the COVID rules? Also, before we move on too far, 81. Odd number. That's the tricky.
That's what I was thinking.
It's either someone in the corner going, it is okay, I'll just watch, or it's someone thinking, do you mind if I take this angle? So I don't know how they do it. It's bizarre, though, because we know the rules. We know all the rules. And even if you don't know all the rules, if you know some of the rules, if you know any of the rules, orgies aren't going to be allowed.
What?
There is absolutely no way that you could socially distance or make sure you wash your hands or make sure fewer than 6 people. None of the rules. You look like you're about to disagree.
Well, I mean, yes, it's probably not appropriate to go to an orgy in this particular situation. Yes. But if you've just had your hair done, where else are you going to go?
You're only going to get it messed up. You have to go and get it redone again.
Oh, you just want to also make sure you've got your nails done.
If you can go to an orgy and not get your hair messed up, then that's like people who go swimming and just do breaststroke. Get stuck in. Get your face wet, which is a phrase for both situations.
But you're basically the 81st person at that orgy if you don't get your hair messed up.
Oh, dear. God, blimey. In fact, that's why that woman had that plastic thing over it, just protection.
Yeah.
look, to be fair, anyone who thinks you can get away with organising an orgy during a lockdown, I mean, they know they're breaking the rules and they don't care. To be fair, you got to admire the balls, which actually I believe is part of the etiquette. Hi. Nice balls. One for the ladies.
It's like the shortest sketch you've ever done.
Yeah.
It's one line.
Nice balls. What do you mean? I had to commit to it. I had to take my T-shirt down to about there.
I hope you committed to it more than that.
Nope. Because all it would have taken is accidentally dropping the phone while somehow pressing start streaming live, and the next thing I'm never working again. So nope.
Well, yeah. I mean, you are a radio presenter who's done work at the BBC, so it's just a matter of time. Oh dear.
I mean, I've not really solved any problems. I just think that double masking won't solve. If people are willing to break all the rules that we've mentioned, no one is going to be sticking to the. And what I don't get about it is the small amount of effort that it takes, because you're helping other people, not yourself, by wearing a mask.
Yeah.
And what happens, right? If you're right, and by you I mean like an anti-masker, if you're right and they're not effective, then what's the cost? You've worn a mask. Oh well. If I'm slightly right, like even if I'm not very right, and if you wear a mask all the time, you save one life. That's all, just one life. Well, imagine that if you were walking past someone hanging from a cliff and they're giving it some help, how much effort would you put into saving one life? That would be more effort than just putting on a mask. What's wrong with you?
It would depend on if that person hanging off the cliff was wearing a mask.
That's
and
actually
then I would
true,
decide whether or not to save them.
I'd look over there and go, "Oh, it's over your chin. Sorry, I just made this promise to myself." Oh, yeah. Just hit their fingers.
I mean, that's another reason to wear a double mask, because if you got two masks on and you're hanging off a cliff, you could grab someone by one of the masks and then they could still keep the other mask on to prevent the spread of COVID.
Yeah. Throw something up that I could reach with. I've got a mask, but I need to keep one on. Yeah.
And when you fall off a cliff generally, what's the first thing you do?
Oh, it's a spreader. Also, they are kind of parachute shaped, aren't
they? Exactly. So, if you don't believe in a mask for the reasons that Steve has just prescribed, wear it in case you fall off a cliff.
Even if you don't live anywhere near a cliff, just in case. You don't know where these cliffs are.
These cliffs are everywhere.
They're everywhere.
They're all over the place. I feel like I'm going off one right now. So, wear a fucking mask is the message there. Right. Can you see comments? We can see comments.
Oh, yeah, see comments. Just can't use
do
the
that.
keyboard.
We're fine with that. Oh, you said hiya. Hi, Steve.
Hiya.
The first comment there. Martin says, glass of crisp Chardonnay at one's hand. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Although not in Myanmar. Fair enough.
Yep. Victoria's watching. Hi.
Hi, Victoria. Evening from Chris. Very nice. Martin S says, unplug, plug. Easy.
You say that, but the problem is the keyboard is plugged into the mini PC around the back of there, and if I go near it, no. Because I'd have to move enough things. It's set up on a tray in my inbox, because it's only a small little mini PC thing, slotted into my inbox, but if I pull it forwards, it will detach everything else. So
right. So we're happy with what we've got. We'll tell you where to go for links and following us and that kind of thing.
Thomas, by the way, Function F7. I mean, thank you for giving it a go. Sadly, it is set up that it's only the thingy keys. Actually, I have just thought of a solution.
Okay. Are we going to do this live?
I could reassign a key, which I know I don't have my keyboard, but I do have my laptop with a VNC set up.
Yeah.
So if I just stay there, I mean, this is entertainment for you, isn't it?
You do that while I'll read some more comments. So Thomas had the suggestion about the Function 7. Mark Randall says, would the hair salon owners be charged with arranging an illegal wave?
That's good.
Very nice, Mark. Well done. And let's see. Mark's also said 81 equals 27 times 3. So 27 threesomes.
Oh, I thought you meant 327 sums. Well, either way.
Yeah. You know what, Mark? I'd have a go. Only if I got my nails done. Bayerberg says, because of COVID orgies defined differently to how it was, now orgy consists of more than 3 people shaking hands without prior usage of hand sanitizer.
dirty.
I mean, that's definitely the orgies that I've heard of. They've usually got a little jar of condoms, little jar of lube, little jar of hand sanitizer, and a lot of those people are also into masking. It's just a different kind of mask. It's a different sort of thing. So keep the comments coming in. Oh, Jack's just posted one. The 81st was looking for an orangia. I'm not sure what the wordplay is there, if I've missed something.
No, can't see it at the
Orangia,
moment.
isn't that Trump's daughter? That's what Marcus said. Orangina. The 81st was looking for an Orangina. Does that make sense?
Oh, because they're French.
Oui, monsieur.
Yeah, shake the bottle, wait the drink.
There we go. Sorry, Mark, Jack, I don't do the foreign languages. Just British English. That's the only foreign language I can speak. And that's badly done. So success. Whoa, look at that. Wow. Guys, if you were thinking about contributing to the show, this is worth an extra quid or two. If you can find that button. There we go. The Ko-fi link is there. And I have seen a couple donations come in right at the start. So maybe not having the things on there
really helps.
makes it better. But thank you very much for those contributions. And again, we appreciate some people pre-bought tickets, but you can still chuck us some change in there if you'd so like. Yeah. And now the YouTube link is up there where you can see these things. And Jack is still speaking French. Ben Sur.
What was that?
Ben Sur.
Ben Sur. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the guy who that really long film, isn't it? Ben Sur lives in the woods with a bear.
That's the one. That's the one.
I even might have side cam. Oh no, I didn't manage to set up side cam.
Don't push it. For fuck's sake.
But we've got it working. Look at that. Thinking around the problems.
Thinking it. Right. I'll crack on with a problem here. Steve, here's a problem. What's wrong with democracy?
Plenty, yeah. Bad.
These days, I have doubted it sometimes. There's lots of things, obviously, wrong with democracy. It is meant to be, gooder than the others, whatever that Churchill quote was. I think that's what he said. It's gooder than the others.
It's good, yeah. Yeah, he said, Ben Sur, it's gooder than the others.
That's basically quoted him. I'm kind of like Churchill sometimes because I'm slightly racist. But anyway, I digress. Just a little bit. Anyway, according to this report from The Economist, democracy is not doing very well. This was the headline here. Apparently, those people at The Economist have a little daily chart of global democracy, and it's had a bad year. The pandemic has caused unprecedented rollback of democratic freedoms in 2020, as if the pandemic wasn't getting blamed for enough, Steve. Now it's democracy that they're coming after, because that's a virus that just spreads all the wrong way. According to the article, only 8.4% of the world is living under a democracy.
Really?
So that's, does that feel less or more? And that's full democracy. That's the whole shebang. It's kind of like the full Monty. Somebody's voted for it all to come off. Does that seem like a high percentage or low to you?
I suppose these days now you don't include America. I suppose that's about right.
What? That's true. The global score is 5.37 out of 10 for democracy, which is the lowest it's been since they started measuring back in 2006. So 5.37. Donald Trump wouldn't touch that. That's for sure. Wouldn't touch democracy. Wouldn't touch a 5. He'd go much higher. But guess who's number one? This isn't quite quiz level, but let's just have a guess. Who do you think is the bestest democracy in the world, according to The Economist? So let's have it. If you want to put in there in chat, you're welcome to do that, unless you're an Economist subscriber. Don't cheat, guys. Who do you think is the number one most democratic country in the entire world?
Well, I
and
suppose.
I'm going to take the United States out of consideration because obviously it's the bestest. In so many ways, it can't even be measured.
Well, I guess if one were to try and find the mother of parliaments, the home of democracy, the shining light, the beacon to which other civilizations slowly meander, 'twould be the British.
That's not what's behind the curtain there. Marcus said Finland.
Yeah,
let's go ahead and bring it up on the screen. Number one It's Norway, topping the charts for the last. That's going all the way back to 2006. There, they've got because you've got basically full democracies, then you've got flawed democracies, and then things get a little bit dodgy from there. Belgium, says Jack. Seconding Finland, said Victoria. Switzerland, said Chris. Are you nuts? Those people are cray cray. But nope, it is definitely Norway, way at the top. Iceland comes in second. Smug fuckers, the Norwegians. Of course, they have the best democracy. It's too cold to do anything up there but vote. And it's too expensive. Probably voting is the only thing that's free in Norway. Have you been? Did you ever go to Norway?
Yeah.
It is pricey.
I remember doing gigs there, yeah. In fact, I remember afterwards drinking in a bar, and it's one of the few times, because I'm not a sociable person, but sometimes when people come up and go, can I get a drink? Normally at a gig, I'll be like, oh no, I'm fine, thanks very much though. The Norway gigs, can I get a drink? Yeah, thank you. Doubled my fee.
Take out a second mortgage to do it. Now, who do you think is in the worst spot of all the world countries that they've rated? This is worst democracy in the world. You want to have a ponder there?
Oh, so it's still a democracy, but a worst one?
Well, I mean, it's not a democracy at all. Right. It's the worst. In the score of democracies, it's the anti-democracy.
How about my usual favourite, Kim Jong-un, because it's a People's Democratic Republic of rubbish.
Steve, show them the result there. We've got it. You win. Look at that. Look at that. And they've not even gone up. They've not even had a blip. They've been consistently the worst place to live. Well done, North Korea. You guys are nailing it. I mean, to be fair, I haven't heard any problems they've had with COVID. I haven't heard of any problems they've had with election interference. I'm thinking they've got something going on pretty good.
Yeah, and that is the key. You know, like in the Avengers film where you want to know why Mark Ruffalo doesn't turn into the Hulk. You know, why don't you get angry? And he says, you want to know my secret? I'm always angry. If you want to make sure that no one notices your increased death rate during COVID, just keep a kind of high death rate. You keep killing your people and you get a pandemic, ease off, and you just average out that curve.
Yeah, I mean, if you kill them before they get the COVID, you don't have a pandemic. Just saying. Maybe it's something we should look at. Now, I already mentioned America. Obviously, it's great. I mean, America's great. It was great before Trump. It's great after. It's one of the best. Let's see where we are. We're going to be up there, maybe not 25th. Fuck it! And look, we've gone into flawed democracy territory.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to make America great again, Trump? Since 2016, we've been below the goddamn line.
Yep.
That's just. I don't even. Stupid economists. Fucking. Biased British wankers. I just 25th. We're not even in the top 10. We're not even in the top 20. Flawed democracy.
Do you know what would be?
I'll show you a flawed democracy.
If we were, I mean, I know you can watch this in America, but if we had time to actually produce more like TV content, we should go out to the street. If you go out on the streets of America and try and get Americans to name 25 other countries, given that you know there are at least 25 because you're 25th on the list. So
that's just unbelievable. All right. Let's see where Britain is. Come on, bring it up. What?
Yes. 16.
It's got more Democratic since the referendum. 16th in the world. How is that? We got 44% is what the Tories got in the last election, and they rule the whole country. I guess it's all those British fish.
Democracy, fish, our borders, and more fish.
Oh, God. I mean, I should feel better about that because I'm British as well. I mean, but I'm still, I mean, the American thing being 25th that's got to be a bummer. I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be something that will make me feel better. I mean, let's see if there's another country that might make me feel good. Just show me the last. France is 24th. We're behind France. Oh, for fuck's sake! That is just. I mean, the British part of me is very proud. Of course, we're better than they are. But the American side of me, I don't even like French fries anymore.
Bien sûr.
Oh, don't speak that.
Don't even name those films with bears in them.
Spanish at me. Democracy, my ass. I can't afford a subscription to The Economist. I mean, it's the reason you could donate to the show. But I'm canceling. I'm going to cancel them.
Yeah. Do you know what? I know what you mean because you've got both. You know, both passports. But
yeah.
And I don't think it's about the accent. I think a lot of people think it's the accent that means people presume you're American rather than British. But I think the thing that stops you being perceived as British is that you don't hate America enough.
British people don't hate America. They're annoyed about it. They complain about it. And then when there's not a pandemic, they still go to Orlando.
Yeah.
So that's not.
Yeah, it's like going to McDonald's. It's not because you like McDonald's. It's just because you want to have something nasty and horrible and feel bad about it afterwards.
You all want to be Americans. All of you.
We have been seeing your news recently.
Hey, the last election did well anyway. So that's where we're at.
Yeah, democracy. I mean, it's
Well
overrated,
written.
I imagine.
Top 20. Can't win Eurovision.
Yeah, well, we can't win Eurovision. That's just because they don't like us anymore.
Got a valid democracy, not a flawed, whatever that means. Anyway, let's see.
Berg says democracy would be nice to try it sometimes. We tried representative, social, national. What about vanilla, plain, direct democracy? Who do we have to bribe to get it? Nice.
Jack is just speaking gibberish now. I think his keyboard is broken. I don't know what he said there. Do you want to have a stab at that?
Yeah, just unplug it and plug it back in, and then it'll work.
Yep. Nevra 12 points. Curie du Nord, no points.
Yeah.
Does that...
The first one's Norway, 12 points, but I don't actually know where that's something north.
Curie du Nord.
The Korea thing. But no points for something. Oh, North Korea. That is why I didn't know that in French, because funnily enough, we never learned that when I did GCSE.
Why not?
Yeah, it wasn't in the news back then.
Jack says North Korea. I'm impressed, Jack. I didn't think you had it in you.
My French teacher was Welsh, so I speak French with a Welsh accent. Oh, bonjour. Oh, comme ci, comme ça.
That's always good. Let's see.
So, coming through.
Anyone else coming through?
I will regress to English now, says Jack. It's a splendid language.
That's very good. So you've got us on the YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. And of course, if you get a chance, if you'd like to go onto the Ko-fi page and get us a drink, that's always appreciated as well.
I can get that for you in a sec. Ding ding.
You're working
and then get rid of that one. Put that one back.
Double layered it. That's not. What is happening?
Hey.
There we go.
I've learned how to. I don't even know the numbers anymore because I just know the shape, so I can just live gallery this show just over it here while no one's looking.
Mock the Week is on tonight. You don't get this kind of stuff on Mock the Week, do you?
They edit the best bits out, clearly.
Yeah.
Right, I think I can take it off like that, and then take that off like that. On to the next problem. Although it was Victoria who pointed out solving problems. It's the first time we've ever done it on the show. We've actually solved a problem, and that problem was a keyboard that doesn't work. For this problem, it is hopefully coming up with a solution, but it's more about just checking in with an old friend. Ages ago, we did a bit about the bodybuilder who married a sex doll, aka sex doll. If you've never watched the show before, you don't know why we do that. And we talked about it. If you want to see the jokes that we did, it's on the YouTube page. I would bring up the URL, but let's not risk it. You can go and watch the clip. I think I interviewed myself playing a sex doll with like a robot face.
Yeah.
It was strangely erotic. Okay. And then so we he was an interesting guy. We showed you the picture of him. Remember, he married a sex doll. There they are. And it's just bizarre that she's got the more lifelike nipples. It just seems odd, but it's a fact. So they got married. We celebrated it. Brilliant. Not only can you go and watch the clip on YouTube, because on our channel there are highlights, we also posted it to TikTok. And if you saw Tuesday's show, we're now known on TikTok as, it's the guys from TikTok. You can watch us live. Oh my God. Someone duetted the sex doll marrying video. Look, he makes a joke in it, and the joke's really good, but it took me about a week to get the joke because I was just kind of put off by the very strange delivery and everything else about it. So anyway, this is one of the duet reactions to our bit on TikTok. Bodybuilder finally marries beloved sex doll. The wedding was earlier delayed.
No stress, no drama, but no tea.
I mean, I don't understand what happens on TikTok, but that was a thing. I eventually... go on.
So because if people don't know what a duet is, basically on TikTok, you can watch the little video clips, but then you can record yourself watching a clip and post that.
Yeah. You're right. Actually, technically, it was a stitch. So I think there's a bit of our video, there's the audio of our video, and then whoever it was behind a picture that you put on screen. And the joke was good because the guy who married the sex doll said, I'm grateful for no stress and no drama because he's married a robot. And the guy points out, yeah, but no tea. Although you wait till they update them to like Sex Doll Vista, they'll be able to cook.
Oh, yeah. Cooking with gas.
But it's odd that people would watch our videos and think, I'll take my shirt off, stand behind a picture of the news story, and then do that joke in the most sinister northern accent I've ever heard. So anyway, that was
We're happy for the fans wherever they come from.
Yeah, as long as they stay there and don't come to where we live. So that was the news story. There is an update, sadly, and that is that the robot is broken. The bodybuilder who married the sex doll reveals she's tragically broken days before Christmas. Now, I think mentioning that anything's broken just before Christmas is after a new one. It's the best time to drop in. Oh, my sex doll's broken. Oh, look, it's Christmas, just in case you got me in the Secret Santa. Anyone? No one? £20 limit? Oh, never mind. So much so that I read the news story and he said her safe return would be a gift for both of them. Hello, Darren Brown, trying to plant the words in there. So, sadly, she's broken. They didn't stay married long because it took a while for them to get married. We covered this last time, but they met in a nightclub. Did they? Was she in a nightclub? Did you? This is like people at gigs when you ask them where did you meet, and they always go, "Oh, yeah, we just met in a nightclub." It was Tinder, and in this case, it was Wish or whichever other website he's buying from. The pair were due to get married in March of last year. This clip was from, but this is before the coronavirus pandemic. Why did that cause a delay? Because we commented last time she's wiped clean. And I think he appreciates how wipe clean she is because there's a picture of them out and about, and there she is, even wearing a waterproof jacket. Oh, what did he plan? But anyway, she's broken. And it was interesting to read the details of what they've been getting up to. Here we are. This bit says that after the wedding, I decided to show her less to people. I forbade her from Instagram. Or just deactivated a Wi-Fi. I'm not sure. But anyway, she's broken. And I'm no expert in this, but I think I know why she's broken. He dropped her in the bath. You need to put her in a bag of rice overnight in the airing cupboard, mate. There we go. I've actually solved a problem.
Well, it's an area you have expertise in.
Yeah. I mean, I hope they'll be happy, and I don't want to know how he broke her.
Yeah.
But we know how he broke her.
Maybe she has a broken heart.
I don't think she has one of those.
I think she wanted kids.
Gosh, she's got consciousness. I mean, the thing is, when she comes back, he's not going to know if it's the real her or if it's, like her, like Data and Law. Maybe it was the evil one that was deactivated before the crystal entity turned up. And the only way he'll know, he'll be having sex with his sex doll and she'll start having a twitch. Like, oh, it's the evil twin.
Yep.
Star Trek references.
Star Trek.
Next Generation.
We're hitting all the hot topics today. I mean, it's been a hard year for a lot of people, and I think that's someone who I can honestly say I have no empathy for.
Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it?
Sorry, dude.
Forbade her from Instagram.
I mean, that would be a problem if she was automatically uploading.
Yeah. Because he was just...
That's the one thing.
Using too much broadband. Maybe he wanted to do a streaming show. Like, we both have to make sure we don't have any other computers downloading anything big during these. Like, would you stop downloading stuff? Oh, sorry, the missus drive me crazy.
Well, she's probably like Siri or Alexa. She's got to be constantly connected to the web.
Yeah, always listening.
Always.
But also, do you think it's a problem that we're starting to use words like she for that? Because it is worth because there were comments. There was another headline which I nearly dropped in the show where it said that people were worried for her. What? No, stop. It's just an object. It's not the objectification of women. It's the womanification of objects. It's an object.
I think you're objectifying the object now.
You know what? When we get to the state in society where people are going on Good Morning Britain and having an argument with Piers Morgan about the objectification of objects, I'm quitting. Just society.
You're quitting a job we don't even have anymore. So there we go. Bearberg has said, "Wow, you watch linear TV? It's so 1990s."
Yeah.
I think that was
going retro.
Retro. Right. We are we're running a little bit out. Should we just dive into? Do you have anything on that side? I can't see any more comments.
No, you go for it.
Here. You go for it here. Is a problem, Steve. It's a problem with old bats. And no, I'm not talking about baseball. I'm not talking about your crazy neighbor, that old bat. I'm talking about actual old bats. Because I saw this come up online in my Twitter feed that we've got here. A 33-year-old bat loves to curl up around his mom's arm and fall asleep. It's not his actual mom. Let's just clarify that real quick, that it's not some sort of weird cross-species thing. But what caught my eye was the very bottom line of that. This is the 33-year-old likes to take his morning flights. And there were little quotes around the flights. And I'm like, why are they saying flights? I mean, are they being condescending that bats can't fly as other creatures? I mean, they are the only mammal that can take actual flight. I don't understand, what's going on here. And then I watched the video that was associated with the tweet. Here.
He goes out for his flights daily. Because of all his injuries and his age, we hold him.
So he can't fly anymore. And she walks around with him every morning, just rubbing it in his face. Look what you can do. Back in the day, you can wave your little wings. He's not trying to fly. He's trying to say, put me the fuck down. I mean, first off, he's got better health care than most Americans. That's a problem right there. Secondly, the old saying, Steve. When the bat can't fly, there's no old saying that. But, I mean, you just watch that, you're like, oh, God. I mean, it's nice they're taking care of him, of course. He's 33 years old. He's put his time in. He's probably started loads of pandemics. He's at the stage in his life where he can relax a little bit. And the key question is, when he's being carried around like that, what is he thinking? We can see that here.
Maybe he's thinking about his younger years, we hope.
His younger years. He's like, I remember when I was a young bat and I could fly on my own, and people thought I was a vampire and I actually had teeth. Oh, God. But let's just quickly one more time look at the social media post that was with that. Bring that back up there. Now, I was looking at that. I was like, oh, weird thing about his mom, weird thing about the flights. But then I looked at a little bit closer in this next detail here, Steve, in the next clip. 1.2 million views.
Wow.
He's not spending the day writing jokes like we are. He's just getting carried around, flapping his tired old wings all day. What the fuck? We work for this shit. 1.2 million views. I just gonna get a dead bat and start throwing it around during the show.
I was going to say, I honestly thought you might have filmed yourself being carried around by someone pretending to fly.
I did think about singing "You're the Wind Beneath My Wings," but I didn't want to do any copyright infringement problems.
Yeah, we'd get in trouble for that.
1.2 million views for a bat that can't even fly, for fuck's sake.
It's ridiculous. Can we just see the first bit of video again? Because I know it's meant to look like it's trying to fly, but if you look at it again, it looks like it's just doing the most sarcastic.
He goes out for his flights daily.
Oh, well done. Oh, look. Oh, well done. I'm flying. Well, you think you're an expert?
Because it's got the little bat hands.
They don't do that in Batman, do they? Kind of the old Batman, the older years. Can't do it anymore.
Don't do that anymore. So there you go. Bat famous. That's what we need. We need more winged creatures that can't fly anymore on the show, Steve. If we really want to break through this internet lark.
Bear Berg says Ozzy Osbourne knew how to deal with bats before this corona malarkey.
That's right, goddammit.
I've actually there are some messages coming through on another one, which I've only just realised. I'm not sure how many of these you've done. But Chris Curling pointed out we actually solved a problem. We did. I reallocated keys from using a VNC jobby on the laptop. Let's have a look. Will North Korea need to reapply like old Division 4 football? Get itself up again. Well, they're talking football, so I can't really follow a lot of that. Chris Curling says Shekstall. It's back in. We did it
Bringing
again.
back the sex doll. If you want to see that, go back to previous episodes. Steve spends a lot of time on sex dolls.
I mean, that sentence seems like it has two meanings.
Yep.
Have they been blessed with children yet, says Chris Curling.
Yeah.
I think so. And if she is pregnant, gives birth, it'll come out looking like the toaster, and then the bloke will be like, ooh. Cuddy345 says hello. Hello. Not sure where you're watching this, but welcome to the thing. Overuse, says Martin S. Do you reckon that's what it was? That, how many miles do you think you get out of a sex doll before you have to take it in?
When the rubber meets the road.
Oh, and that's what Chris says. Was there a smell of burning rubber? Oh, can't believe you put me off sex dolls. Not enough bandwidth. An intimate, inanimate object. And this is not about... Actually, Chris Curling sends a message, which I think was about the bat, but also stands as a message about the sex doll. It's a puppet! Either way.
1.2 million views, though.
Yeah.
Oh, look at me. I can fly. I can fly.
I know you've only just moved in. We've not... Both of us haven't had much time to film stuff for this show. But if we could do that story again and then get some sort of crane or pulley system so that you can just float around your new office space.
No problem.
I reckon it's
easily done.
Yeah.
I'll do it for tomorrow.
Oh, we're not on tomorrow. No, that's a shame.
Damn. All right, next time.
I think we're up to date. If I look through the messages that I can't use the keyboard for.
If you do want to contribute to the pulley system that we'd have to purchase for the show, the Ko-fi link is there.
Yeah.
I'm sure for a good, £5 or £6 we could get a nice one.
Off Wish, definitely.
Yeah, well, it will never arrive if you get it from Wish. That's where the name comes from. I wish my delivery would come. Fuckers. I'm still waiting for my green screen.
Is that not green screen? I just thought it was really good green screen.
Yeah.
There is something that would be perfect about getting a green screen set up, taking a picture of your room, just putting that on there.
Oh, that effort. Yes, so I think we've reached the end of our time. So yeah, if you've enjoyed what you've seen here and you didn't already pre-purchase a ticket and you think, oh, I'd get these guys a drink, £3 a person watching us or whatever amount you think is appropriate is very much appreciated. Ko-fi takes other currencies as well. So if you're watching from North Korea,
sorry,
you can't really, but whatever.
Yeah, maybe they're using the Tor browser.
Yeah, it's possible. A little dial-up. We had that action on the show Tuesday, which all of the previous shows are online on the YouTube channel, so you can go back and watch those. And we appreciate, these are tight times. If you can't contribute anything, just tell people about the show, subscribe to the channel, and that's a gift.
Yeah, spread the word, especially track us down on TikTok, because we're the guys on TikTok.
Yep. And
we do videos about sex dolls that then people decide to go, no drama, no hassle, no tea.
And that could mean tea like the meal tea, or that could mean a cup of tea.
Yeah.
I don't know which would be worse.
Don't get it wet. That basically it's like a mogwai. If you have a sex doll, it's like a mogwai. Don't feed it after midnight. Not that one. Mainly the one about keep it away from bright lights, just because that perishes rubber, and the UV damages it and removes the color. And don't get it wet.
But if you did get your sex doll wet, it would replicate if it's like a mogwai, and then you could have a sex doll orgy.
81 of them. No, you'd have 80 of them, and you'd be the 81st going, I can't believe it. I've got 80 sex dolls, and I'm stood over here rubbing the old monkey, like whatever phrase I should have used then.
I'm glad we ended with that.
Also, I did want to say, this is the first, the keyboard might not work, but for people who've been watching a long time, this is the first time that I've got a new clip for the back of my thing. I'll show you. This clip is how I now attach my headphoney thing in, instead of using one of these like I've done for getting on for a year now, and the pain of having one of these pushing into me flipping the pituitary gland. Thankfully, now it's just this. So thank you for all of those Ko-fi donations, finally enough to buy something like that for the show.
It's made a real difference, although apparently the interference from that clip is what made your keyboard stop working.
Yeah, this is how the keyboard works. I had to take it out the back.
Yeah. Couldn't afford an actual clip.
Buy the book as well, if you'd like to get... Actually, the Lasted Another Year Despite a Pandemic book, it's received a review on Amazon.
Nice.
Someone gave it 5 stars, which I'm guessing is just someone who's nice from the message boards here, because... I can't believe it's actually worth 5, so someone's given it 5 stars. So thank you.
There we go. Very nice. So pick up Steve's book on the old Amazon. You can find links to that on his Twitter. And you can check out my podcast, American Exchange, where today we dropped the interview with Rick Wilson. That's what you say in the podcast world, who's one of the co-founders of the Lincoln Project. So he's really interesting, former Republican, and just hates Donald Trump. It's a very good conversation. So check that out.
Chris says, was she fitted with a thrustometer or a service light? It says you should auction the peg for funds. If you'd like to have the peg that has caused me pain during all the shows, feel free to buy it off us. Well, the money will be very much appreciated. I'm sure I could attach that there.
No one's going to want it after it's been in your nose. That's not COVID. Britt said you guys always get 5 stars, especially when we write our own reviews. But we didn't in this case. No. But yeah.
Right. Yeah, all that's left to do then is to say we're on again on Tuesday at 9, and there is a chance that if I press, because this is a function key one now, and I've not reassigned it, so
okay,
we'll say goodbye and I'll press it, and if nothing happens,
be stuck here till Tuesday.
Yep. You ready?
All right. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.